So early last year, our firm hired Dan, a 27-year-old male. In the first few weeks, he was really quiet and didn't talk much, and that's just how we thought he was. Every conversation with him was short and to the point and never deviated from work, aside from pleasantries, have a nice weekend, etc. About 2 months ago, he started becoming a bit more friendly with the guys in our office, and they would hang out every so often after work and have normal conversations. Isn't it interesting that she and her friends are really paying close attention to what this guy's doing? However, whenever any of the girls in the office tried to do so, he would quickly change the conversation back to just work or not reply. Even now, after a year of Dan working with us, he straight up refuses to socialize with the girls in the office, and he's making them feel uncomfortable. Now he's the bad guy. He's making us feel uncomfortable. Maybe he's sticking to business. Maybe he's worked at a place where the girls act like it's high school and wants nothing to do with that. Or maybe he's become very RP'd, understands about MGTOW, things like that, knows the Mike Pence rule, and he's doing that for a good reason. But he's making you uncomfortable. He avoids any discussion of himself outside of work-related events and future plans and doesn't ask any of the girls either. Aware as he is, what can I only assume, pretty good friends with the guys in the office. Even on work meals out to celebrate events, he's only doing the bare minimum when it comes to conversation with the girls, where again with the guys, he talks to them like there is no problem whatsoever. I don't know if I'm overreacting. You sure about that? But one of the girls is considering going to HR about this because she is saying it's creating a hostile work environment. Dan treats us like he treats clients we work with, cordial and strictly about business, and it's wearing thin now. Any advice is appreciated.
Men have ceased approaching women in the workplace, which is further evidence that the Me Too is resulting in the loss of employment for women. A recent study indicates that American males appear to be imitating the behavior of Mike Pence. They may be dismayed that the Me Too movement ever occurred. It is rumored that Vice President of the United States Mike Pence is quite the trendsetter. He is notorious for declining to share supper with any woman other than his spouse. A recent study, which will be published in the journal Organizational Dynamics, also indicates that working males across corporate America are presently adopting the same behavior. Men are significantly less inclined to engage in professional conversations with their female colleagues due to the Me Too movement. The following are some highlights of the study. 27% of males refrain from attending one-on-one meetings with female colleagues. Indeed, you read that accurately. Nearly 1/3 of men find being alone with a woman to be absolutely terrifying. 21% of men believe that men are less likely to employ women for positions requiring close interaction, such as business travel. A mere 19% of males expressed reluctance to employ an attractive woman. The information mentioned above was collected from sources representing diverse industries at the start of 2019. Regrettably, the situation seems to have deteriorated since researchers posed identical inquiries to various participants in early 2018, amidst the Me Too movement, with an increased focus on future expectations. For example, a mere 15% of males in 2018 and 21% in 2019 indicated that they would be more apprehensive about recruiting women for positions that require intimate interpersonal relationships. Interestingly, women appear to be hiring fewer women overall, which is not just males who are afraid of women. A majority of the male and female participants in the 2018 study, exceeding 10%, expressed a decreased propensity to recruit appealing women compared to their previous frequency. In reality, internalized misogyny is at work in the Me Too movement. A great deal of discourse has surrounded gray areas as a result of the current lack of consensus regarding the definition of sexual harassment. Men find the entire harassment situation extremely challenging. They even hesitate to grasp a woman's hand for fear that she will interpret their actions as harassment. It is much easier to simply avoid all contact. It is so intriguing because the research completely refutes the claim that males are uncertain about what constitutes improper behavior. In the beginning, participants were tasked with classifying 19 behaviors, including the transmission of sexually explicit emails to subordinates, as either harassment or not. Men and women, surprisingly, shared a similar understanding of what constitutes harassment. As stated by Lean Atwater, a University of Houston professor and co-author of the study, the majority of men and women possess knowledge regarding sexual harassment. it is largely unfounded to accuse men of being oblivious to the inappropriateness of their conduct, and to accuse women of exaggerating insignificant matters. If anything, women define harassment more broadly. In conclusion, the majority of males possess a clear understanding of the differentiation between a pleasant embrace and one that evokes unease. They maintain a comprehensive understanding of the parameters that define harassment. The reason why so many males avoid interacting with women at work is thus called into question. One possible response to this inquiry is that numerous males are more infuriated by the mere occurrence of the Me Too movement than they are petrified of being accused of anything. They are engaging in hostile behavior towards women as a form of retaliation, as they are enraged that they have been compelled to critically analyze their behavior and the power dynamics that were previously disregarded. It is noteworthy to mention, in my perspective, that the Harvard Business Review article revealing the study's 2019 findings features the headline, "The Me Too Backlash." Frequent use of this framing suggests, in an indirect sense, that Me Too has gone too far and that a backlash is inevitable. This situation exemplifies victim scapegoating and serves as an implicit strategy to devalue women to a subordinate position. Effective solutions are scarce. If we voice our concerns, we are met with accusations of complaining, thermostatic insole usage, or other irrational remarks. Without a doubt, we must continue to raise awareness wherever possible in spite of the assaults. As a viable alternative, I can only consider non-compliance to be refraining from assisting women, conversing with them, employing them, or being acquaintances with them. Foster positive male connections. Allocate time for one another and one's father and siblings. Mend the ties. Establish male-only hiking, camping, fishing, or hunting collectives. They only react when the absence of males is conspicuously apparent, or when no one is present to aid them with tasks such as repairing the door, replacing the tire, or bringing the sofa inside. They are indifferent to our data regarding male suicide and our compelling arguments regarding the reasons why men are devastated by family court. In other words, they are indifferent to both. They will not comprehend a word that you say. What matters is your actions. To cease complying, all that is required. Stop offering to lend a hand. Doing so is only challenging due to our inherent sexual desire. Except for the internal conflict between the dick and the intellect, we would not encounter any obstacles in our departure. However, bear this in mind. If you find yourself being magnetically drawn to women, it's nothing more than my biology. Preserve yourself. No one-on-one conversations with female coworkers, not even online. If you arrive at a meeting with at least 3 other people, and there is only one other female participant, you should exit the room, obtain a cup of coffee, and re-enter the room to determine whether or not there are any additional attendees. If she is a subordinate, arrange for a colleague to attend the meeting. If you are unable to do so, and she is your supervisor, record the conversation on audio. Ensure that at least one additional colleague is within audible distance. Avoid engaging in office romance with her if she persists on babbling about non-work-related matters. Instead, observe until one of them has transferred to a different organization. And that concludes today's discussion on MGTOW voice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on future videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.